The story of Hungarians in Bohemia during the Ottoman invasions is a complex and often overlooked chapter of Central European history, marked by hardship and displacement. As the Ottoman Empire advanced into Hungarian territory during the 16th and 17th centuries, many Hungarians were forced to flee their homeland. One of the destinations for these refugees was the Kingdom of Bohemia, part of the Habsburg Monarchy, though their presence there was often fraught with difficulties. The fall of key Hungarian strongholds, such as Buda in 1541, and later major battles like the Battle of Mohacs in 1526, resulted in the Ottoman Empire occupying large parts of Hungary. This created waves of Hungarian refugees, especially from the southern regions that bordered Ottoman-occupied territories. These refugees sought safety in neighboring lands, including Bohemia, which was relatively secure under Habsburg rule. However, Bohemia was not a welcoming haven for many of these displaced people. The influx of Hungarian refugees into Bohemia created tension between the local population and the newcomers. Bohemia, already grappling with its own political and religious upheavals, especially after the Hussite Wars and the rise of Protestantism, saw the arrival of these foreign refugees as a potential threat. The Hungarians, who were predominantly Catholic, often found themselves at odds with the Protestant Bohemian nobility and populace. Cultural differences, along with economic pressures, deepened these tensions. Bohemian towns and cities were unprepared for the large number of refugees, many of whom arrived with little more than the clothes on their backs. Local authorities and landowners were reluctant to offer aid, fearing the strain on their resources and seeing the Hungarians as an additional burden in a region already struggling with its own challenges, including peasant unrest and growing religious divides. In some cases, refugees were viewed with outright suspicion, accused of being spies for the Ottomans or agents of the Habsburgs, sent to destabilize Bohemia's delicate political balance. The hostility faced by Hungarian refugees in Bohemia was not merely social but also legal. The Bohemian Diet, the governing body of the kingdom, debated policies on how to deal with the refugee crisis. In some instances, laws were enacted to limit the movement and settlement of Hungarians, forcing them to live in specific areas or restricting their access to certain trades and markets. These measures often pushed refugees into poverty and marginalized communities. Despite these hardships, some Hungarian refugees managed to integrate into Bohemian society, though it was a slow and challenging process. The Hungarian nobility, in particular, had a slightly easier time as they found common ground with the Bohemian aristocracy, especially in their shared Catholic faith and opposition to Protestant reformers. Over time, some Hungarian families even became part of the Bohemian social fabric, although they often had to assimilate, adopting the local language and customs to survive. The situation of Hungarian refugees in Bohemia also reflected the broader Habsburg strategy of dealing with the Ottoman threat. The Habsburg Monarchy, which ruled over both Hungary and Bohemia, encouraged the movement of refugees to secure borders and reinforce Catholic strongholds against the Ottomans. However, this top-down approach often neglected the realities on the ground, where local populations and authorities resisted such policies due to the social and economic disruptions they caused. The Hungarian refugees in Bohemia, caught between the Ottomans in their homeland and an unwelcoming host country, lived precarious lives. Their story is one of displacement, resilience, and survival in the face of both external invasion and internal prejudice. While many were eventually able to carve out new lives in Bohemia, their experience remains a testament to the complexities of refugee crises in early modern Europe, where the interplay of religion, politics, and ethnic identity shaped the fates of displaced peoples.